Hey guys, JBowCubing here. I have another video for you, and this is going to be the PLL episode of the Tips and Tricks series. And I believe this is the 5th episode, but it's going to be listed as episode 4. Alright, so the first thing we're going to be doing is going over how to recognize the G-perms. And those were the 4 G-perms, and here's a better view. It has headlights on the left and a block. The block can be here, in the back, on the back right, on the front right, with the headlights on the left, or just the front. So I won't be going over the algorithms, but I'll be going over how I recognize them. So for these, where it's either in the back or the front, see how the block is in the front, and with this one the block is in the back. How I recognize these is if I view them from the headlights, which is the hardest to recognize them with. If I view it from the headlight side, I rotate here or here just a little bit, and to see if there's a block. So here there's a block, and if I were to rotate this one, I wouldn't see a block here. But then if I rotate it this way, I would see a block. So I would rotate it again this way. Like if the block was back, both times I'd rotate it this way because that's how I execute it. But I'd have to look here first to see if the block's there. So a better way of doing it would be to rotate it this way and then look around like that. But anyway, if you just saw it from this side and you saw the block, it could be this permutation, or it could be this one, because you see headlights and then you rotate it and then you see a block, but it's not, because it doesn't look like this normally, because on the other permutation this part would not be solved. So you just rotate it to over here and then do the algorithm, and then from any other angle, let me show you, from any other angle you'd just be able to see the block, and yeah, it'd be pretty easy. Same thing goes for this one, but if you see here, it's blue and green. Those two colors are opposite. See, here's the green center, and then here's the blue center. These two colors are opposite. So it could be this permutation, or it could also be a T-perm, because if you just look at it from this angle, these colors are opposite. But a T-perm has a block here and a block here. So these two need to be swapped and these two need to be swapped. So, yeah. I'm just going to solve these. And here. Wow, this is a bad cube. Okay. And I'll just keep on going into the PLL tips and tricks. So, also, you can just learn different tutorials on how to recognize various PLLs. I'm probably not going to do that because I'm doing this episode at the exact same time that Cubologist, I think that's just his username. I don't think he has any numbers after it. I know on his Facebook page he does. But Cubologist is also doing a PLL series, so I don't want to interfere with that. And he's going to be showing you how to recognize all the PLLs. So I believe I just went over the T-perm, the G-perm, and then the A-perms. So that's 7 permutations right there. There's plenty of others. There's 14 other ones, but I won't be needing to go into them. But that's just going to be how I recognize the G-perms. Pretty simple. An update that I'm going to have, though, because this is a short video, is you may recognize that this is my Diane Zanchi. And I'm including it in this video because it's my other cube, and I put the torpedoes back in, as you can see right there. I put them back in because I didn't really mind that they slowed it down a tiny bit, because I could just, it felt slower, but yet again, the Zanchi is a pretty fast cube, and this is very loose right now. It's also extremely uneven, so I need to fix it. But I put the torpedoes back in because the popping was getting unbearable. It was just annoying. So, I'm going to show you what they look like without the torpedoes. this is basically what it looks like without torpedoes. So, without torpedoes, there's just a curve right there. And then with torpedoes, the tiny little thing right there. So, side by side. See? That little indent, or that jut right there. And what that does is it... Let me take this out. Hold on. Bear with me. Okay. What it does is these corners right here, they fit under the torpedo. Like that. On both sides. So, when this sits down in the cube... Oh, my other piece popped out. This isn't good. Yeah, I'll put it back together later. But basically when it sits in the core, like this, there's double protection. There's protection from the corners popping out, or the edges popping out, because the corners are protecting it. And then, this piece right here, these two branches, they fit under the center pieces, and that's why it's kind of hard to put it back in. It fits under center pieces. See, I can't take it out right now, even though the corners aren't there. So there's double protection. Now with the way long, there's even more protection. This one's my way long. See, there's a torpedo here, a torpedo or a center cap torpedo here, and then there's another torpedo right here. It's rather slight, but still there. See, right there. And yeah, that's why the way long is very good. Unfortunately, mine is broken. See, piece of that broke off. But that was just a little update. I fixed my Zanchi, and this will be the end of the video. Goodbye. Bye. This block